What's up, friends, and welcome to part 2 of our 4-day Mexico City trip. If you missed part 1, it's linked in the description and it might be floating somewhere around the screen, but we just cover how we got there and how we spent the first couple of days eating amazing food.
Now we're getting into the most jam-packed part of our trip. We got up at 4:30 a.m. one morning to get in an Uber and ride an hour outside of the city, go up in a hot air balloon, and then eat lunch in a cave. And then explore some really cool ruins.
Part 3 is coming soon, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It super helps the channel, helps get the video out to other people who might be wondering like you, is this trip right for them? Let's kick this thing off.
It's currently 4:45 in the morning. We all had the great idea to go on a hot air balloon. It sounded super fun. It still sounds super fun. I think a lot of us are second guessing the time that we would need to get there at. I think it takes off at like 6:20 or 6:30 in the morning. So it ends up being like an hour ride from here. So everybody's getting ready and kind of hustling so that we can catch our Uber over there.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now.
We don't know if this is just a club that is continuing or if this is them trying to get us hyped to go on the air balloon. Good morning.
Good morning.
We just
Early. We just finished checking in. We just fill out like some paperwork, our name, our email addresses, all that stuff. And then they gave us a little clicker. And it'll vibrate whenever it's our turn to go, and we gotta go downstairs. Yeah, exactly. So we're just waiting. We got pretty packed after we got here. So we got here like right at 5:50 or 6 a.m. And then there's like a slew of people that showed up at the 6:10 time, and they tell everybody to report. So we got here a little bit early. Dodge like all of these lines right here.
10 minutes matters.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to talk as little as possible on this part. We plan on doing a full video about the hot air balloon experience, but it is definitely one of those moments that you have to experience at least once. As you can see, this is definitely peak vibes, and I forgot that I actually bought the drone video, which was only like an extra 500 pesos.
After about an hour in the air, it was time to land and literally get trailered back to the launch site. This was actually our second attempt at landing, but we'll tell you more about that in the full video.
But hey, we all made it back safely. But my fear of heights is still there. I probably will not be doing this a second time. Okay, this next part is such a cool experience. We're literally going to eat lunch in an actual cave. All right, here's something that's important to remember. At this point, you are about an hour outside of Mexico City, and so Uber XLs are not in abundance. So what we ended up doing was just calling a regular Uber and strapping everybody in there. Ashley was really sketched out, but it was only like 7 minutes to the restaurant, so we were willing to drive like 10 miles per hour on a road to get there. The restaurant we went to was called La Gruta. and it was right by Teotihuacan. The ambiance was so cool. If you can imagine eating lunch in an actual cave, this is like top tier experience.
This is traditional Mexican coffee. It's got a little bit of cane sugar, some cinnamon. What was the third thing that it had? Orange. Ooh, okay. It's delicious. Well, that's really good. You might have to start making some traditional Mexican coffee at home.
So I got this corn cake. We're at this amazing restaurant near the Teotihuacan pyramids. This apparently is a liquor sauce made by the nuns. And I'm supposed to pour this over this beautiful corn cake and then enjoy. I'm just looking forward to this. I mean, decorative, taste, flower, beautiful. It smells fresh.
On a scale from 1 to 5, how would you rate it?
I give it a 5.
5. There we go. There we go.
Wow. Yeah.
You've all that actually was.
It's dense. You can taste the corn. I like when you can taste the thing that's in the thing.
It's like fresh.
Is that in the video? I like you can taste the thing that's in the thing.
All right, Ashley's gonna try it. Here we go.
4.5.
4.5. So this is very high. This is very high. We got a 4.5 and we got a 5.
We got here right at that weird time between lunch and breakfast. But that also meant that everyone was able to get some extremely unique things. As you can see, my brother-in-law got some grasshoppers. I was pretty basic. I ended up getting the steak.
Casper, you have one of the most interesting dishes. How is it?
You have to try the local. It's very good. It's salty. It's a bit like caviar in that it's salty. It doesn't have the sea salt taste to it, but it's like crunchy, salty. Okay.
Keep in mind he's eating grasshoppers.
Nutritious, probably.
At this point, our waiter came over to tell us about the story of the cave and the purpose of the candles. I'm going to let you experience that for yourself, though.
I invite you guys to leave this little candle on top of that cave, leaving it with all the bad things we don't want in our body. All bad memories, all bad feelings, all bad vibes. And picking up all the good ones from our ancestors. So as we leave this cave, we will be and become a totally new person. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Gracias.
That's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We walked up to drop off our candles and sent our bad energy away.
After you finish up, it's a quick walk to one of the entry gates to Teotihuacan, and you're going to have to pay an 85 peso entry fee to get in.
Because we went and did the amazing hot air balloon ride first, we got here a little bit later than most people, and unfortunately most of us in our group don't speak Spanish, and the availability of the English speaking guides is a little more limited. So if you really want to have a guided tour with someone who is able to speak English, then we recommend getting here early, or maybe booking a tour in advance, or try to learn Spanish before you get here. That's our plan for next time.
There was one guy who came. Yes, the price negotiations. One guy comes by and we're talking to him, and he says he'll be right back, and then he never came back. He just left, didn't say bye. So we were getting ready to hire him for, what was it, 1,600 pesos for an hour tour. But I guess we're just gonna go walk and check it out ourselves and see if my sister and my brother-in-law, they've been here before, so hopefully they'll be able to remember some of the things that they learned, and we'll read some stuff off of the, what's it called? The plaques.
All right, here we are clapping because of an acoustic echo. I can't remember exactly why we were doing it, but all we know is that we enjoyed hearing the chirp echo. And then literally out of nowhere, after hours of searching, this lady comes up and asks if we needed a tour guide.
We begin with introduction, right? Teotihuacan means place of gods. And these named the Aztecs. The Aztecs were a civilization who discovered this place when anybody were here. in 1325. So the Aztecs used this place for about 200 years, from 1325 to 1521. When arrived the conquest with the Spanish, they destroyed the Aztecs, and this place was completely abandoned for the second time.
Same thing here, we're not going to give away her whole sauce, but she was amazing. She gave us a more favorable rate than the other person, so we didn't even end up negotiating with her, but you see how everything just happens for a reason.
We spent the next couple of hours learning about the history of the ruins and the research that has been done so far by archaeologists. There's so much that the guides tell you that isn't on the plaques, so if you're on the fence about hiring one, you definitely should. Also, it's very hot in the middle of the day and very sunny, so bring an umbrella and wear sunscreen. Don't be like us, we forgot that stuff.
Rush hour. It's been about 2 hours now. I was just saying it's been about an hour. Almost since we got in here. So we've got about another 30 minutes. Make sure if you're leaving, whenever you're leaving, make sure you don't do it during rush hour if you're heading downtown. It's time to go get sushi. We're all just exhausted and want to eat some food. So we're gonna go get some sushi and check this place out that I found on Yelp. And some cocktails. Yeah, we need a drink.
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is even prettier than I thought it was.
What'd you get?
I think it has rum, I think it has sake, and then pineapple and coconut.
Her eyes are lighting up with joy. Is that what you needed after a long day in the sun?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
We just ordered all of our food. We're stepping up. We ordered it all in Spanish. I ordered some maki rolls and nigiri rolls. I was just happy that we kind of had a conversation back and forth about it. The only thing that we got hung up on was he asked if I wanted truffle oil.
That wasn't in your vocabulary.
That was not in my vocabulary yet. So we did have to go over to Google Translate. And I think we probably will have mentioned this at this point in the video, but like, if you don't understand Spanish well, make sure you have your data plan so that you can use Google Translate. Fortunately, we've had my brother-in-law who lived in Nicaragua for, a year or two? So most of the days we've been good. The rest of the time has been like me learning on the fly. I feel like I've already gotten a lot more proficient, at least with just like doing basic things in our 2 days here so far.
And Kenny basically taught himself Spanish on the plane, so he's been very helpful too.
I try. It's hard though. It's very hard.
It's very hard.
That's my little brother, Sardoodledum.
Sardoodledum.
I forgot how much we actually paid him, but you know me, I love supporting independent artists. I think I gave him maybe $5 US. He just ended up coming by the table and asking if we wanted any songs in the most mellow way, and so we were like, why not add to the ambiance? One thing I forgot to mention, just like any big city, you are going to have people who are walking around and they may be asking you for money for whatever help they may need. And so if you sit outside, just be prepared that that's going to happen. What we did was we budgeted in the amount that we wanted to possibly just give to people who are coming up. And so we didn't include it in the total trip cost, but that's something that you should be aware of. And if you don't feel comfortable having those types of encounters, you can always sit inside. That's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please do not forget to drop that subscribe, as we do have part 3 coming out soon. And if people are wondering, is this trip right for them? You subscribe, it might help them find this video. You can probably see right now why this had to be its own day in the series entirely. We did so many things, it felt like we were there for 2 weeks.
We'll be back soon with part 3. We're going to go on a boat ride, we're going to go to a beautiful park, and of course, eat some more good food. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Sounds like super small things, but they really, really help us out.
And remember, we take the trip so you can decide whether or not you want to.